haul mean?
What does keel haul mean? It's like she's never been on a pirate ship before. What does keel haul mean? Keel haul is where you're bound up and you're hung over the side of the ship and your body bends along the side of the ship as you sail along through the water until you're dead or you're drowned or both.
That's terrible! Captain, I have something to show you.
But get some... Oh, my word. Let her
Captain,
out.
this is good.
I don't care about your opinion, these trees. Come on, you guys want to show me. I don't know about this. All we're going to do is keel haul.
Look, Captain.
What?
The ship, it isn't moving. And the sail, there's no wind. So how are you going to keel haul him now?
Blast! She's right!
So the problem is no wind.
Aye.
Well, that reminds me of a story that involved a boat and a big problem with wind. Big problem. Boat. No wind.
Pardon my insolence, Captain, but I'd like to hear his story.
Pigtree! Have you forgotten who's in charge here?
No, Captain.
Well, neither have I. And as captain, I'm telling you right now, we are going to hear the story from Esquire and then we'll keel haul.
Excellent idea, Captain.
Would you mind terribly loosening these ropes? I need to gesticulate.
Do you want me to...
Don't forget it, just untie them.
Reminds me of the story that I keep with me as a very special reminder story. Jesus' friends, the disciples, were just exhausted. All day, crowds and crowds of people have been following Jesus, listening as he taught, and watching as he healed the sick. Now the sun was beginning to set over the Sea of Galilee. Seeing how tired his disciples were, Jesus said, "Let's get in a boat and go over to the other side of the lake. It would be good for all of them to get away from the crowds for a while." The disciples rowed away from the shore while Jesus went to the front of the boat and lay down on a cushion. The waves lapped gently against the side of the boat, lulling Jesus into a peaceful sleep. But suddenly a wind began to blow dark clouds across the sky. The waves weren't so gentle anymore. The little boat began to pitch and rock. The disciples began to get a little worried, but Jesus still lay sleeping in the front of the boat. And the wind grew stronger still, scraping the waves at the disciples, all wet. This was getting to be a bad storm. By the time the fishing boat reached the center of the lake, the wind had turned into an angry gale that ripped the waves so high and washed right over the boat. The disciples were terrified. They thought they might drown. But Jesus still lay sleeping in the front of the boat. Finally, someone yelled, "Master, don't you care if we drown?" Jesus looked around him. He felt the cold, stinging spray as waves crashed over the little boat. He saw fear in the faces of his disciples. And Jesus stood, stretched out his arms to the wind and the waves, and commanded, "Peace, be still." All at once, the wind died down. The waves became completely calm. Then he asked the disciples, "Why are you so afraid? Where is your faith?" Jesus showed his power over the wind and the waves that day on the Sea of Galilee, just as he cared for his disciples in that little storm-tossed boat. So he'll care for you.
My. That was a fascinating story, Esquire. saying, Esquire, is that the God, the creator of the universe, has a son named Jesus. Is that right?
That's right.
Duchess, do you believe in this Jesus too?
Yes, I do, Captain.
So is he real?
Yes, Captain, he's real. Even though he lived a long time ago, he's still alive today.
Esquire, do you know this Jesus who's still alive today?
Yes, I do.
Is that same Jesus the one that you and Duchess were talking to a while ago?
Yes, Captain. That's right.
Esquire, does this Jesus do anything you ask him to do? For instance, would he give us some wind so that we can fill our sails and sail away from here? We ask.
I don't know about that, Captain. He doesn't do that unless it's part of his will, and it doesn't include harming anyone.
Mates, it's time. Now, we are going to hang him from the yard!
I want to hear another story about Jesus. I want to hear another one.
Shut your trap, Peachtree. We're gonna hang him from the yardarm this time.
No, wait! Wait. Please, Captain, spare Mr. Lee. He may be of some help to you.
Quiet, Duchess. On the count of 6. And I'm gonna be doing the counting this time, Peachtree.
I have nothing to do with it.
And Spew, you're gonna be kicking out that stool. Aye. It was nice knowing you, Esquire. Ah! 1.